So for scenarios like this, we're going to go ahead and factor each component of each of the respective fractions. So for example, this numerator up here, we're going to look at factoring. This denominator, you can tell that is just a binomial, really nothing we can do with it. Same thing with this denominator, but this numerator we're going to factor as well. So let's go to page 33, specifically side 1 of our math reference document, and we can see the 6 different factoring scenarios. So if we start with this numerator up here, notice it's a trinomial, and because there isn't a leading coefficient explicitly written there, we assume it's a 1. And that matches with scenario 4 of trinomial type 1, where the leading coefficient is 1, and we're going to do what I refer to as the numbers game. Now I'm going to go kind of quickly through it, so if you need a more thorough training on it, remember to go under the week 6 assignment. There's an optional factoring trinomials masterclass. I highly recommend going through it. We're going to look at factoring trinomials type 1 right now. This video is 20 minutes long, and then when the leading coefficient is greater than 1, that video is 29 minutes long. So the way we're going to look at it is we're going to say what two numbers multiply to 6 and add to give you 5. So of the numbers that multiply to 6, which are 1 and 6 and 2 and 3, the ones that actually add up to 5 are going to be 2 and 3. So we're going to go to put 2 and 3, and then we look at this sign and we say what kind of numbers multiply to give you a positive. So that would be either both positive or both negative. And of those two scenarios, this narrows it down. Since it's a plus, we know they're both going to be positive, and we could check that real quick. We can do an outer inner check. We have positive 2 and positive 3, which do add up to positive 5. So that gives us that numerator. We'll rewrite this denominator of x plus 4, and then we'll rewrite this denominator of x plus 3. And then for x squared plus 4x, that falls under scenario 3, where you have a binomial with x's. So we're going to take out the greatest common factor. And notice the greatest common factor is x. So when I pull out an x, I'm left with x to the first plus 4. And so now what we can do is we can cancel either diagonally, up and down. I'm going to put parentheses around these, and we can cancel out the x plus 3s. We can cancel out the x plus 4s. And then we're left with this x up top, this x plus 2 up top, which are getting multiplied. Nothing else in the denominator. So that actually doesn't directly match with any of these, but we can tell that there shouldn't be any fractions, so we can eliminate options A and B. And then now, if we just distribute the x, we can see that it'll turn into x squared plus 2x, which matches with option D.